and he's here with his lovely wife, who's way more attractive than he is. Give it up for Rick!
I actually can't argue with that at all. My wife did invite her yoga instructor here tonight. Right? I think we should give him a round of applause because the flexibility is appreciated. You're doing God's work. You guys have a great lineup tonight. You really do. 30-year comedians are from the LGBTQ community. Give it up, right? It's awesome. It's actually really cool for me because I grew up in southern United States, where we grew up and we were raised to believe that being gay was contagious. They taught me that you can catch it, and that is not true. You cannot, right? At all. I'm still learning, though. Still learning. I can't quite explain the Q part. Like, if you asked me to explain queer, I couldn't. I've done my research. I looked at all the categories on Pornhub. It's not there. It's not. I spent a lot of time researching the L category, those videos. And I have a friend of mine who's a lesbian, and she's like, I don't understand why you spend so much time watching lesbian porn because you do nothing for them. I was like, that's the same with regular porn. Like the 20-year-old sucking that 12-inch black cock and does not want me in the room at all. She has nothing for me. As you might guess from my comedy, I do try to get as close to the line as I can get. I'm currently banned from Facebook and Instagram because sometimes I do go over. And you think that like I would be more against cancel culture, right? Like in general, but I'm not. Some people are supposed to be canceled. Off the top of my head, Hitler, right? Like in 1938, he was Times Man of the Year, and then in 1939, we all got together and we were like, we should probably cancel him. And we did. Well, he canceled himself, but yeah, we take credit for it. It might be one of the only times in history, like, where somebody commits suicide and, like, half the world is like, yeah, but, you know, he pulled the trigger, but... I mean, we get some credit for it. 2021, Times Man of the Year. Does anyone know? No?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. And I wish the comparison ended there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't. Because about a month ago, I don't know if anyone saw, but at the U.S. inauguration, he made this hand gesture, and half the world was like, that's a Nazi salute. And the other half was like, I think that was a Roman salute. And all I have to say is maybe. Maybe it was. I saw the video, it was definitely a Nazi salute. But also maybe it was a Roman salute. But I think we can all agree, right? Sometimes gestures, symbols, words, they have such a powerful meaning that all alternative meanings lose significance. All right? And if you don't believe me, I'll prove it. Yell cock at church tomorrow. See if anyone thinks you're looking for a rooster. Nobody. They're all going to look at you like you're crazy. Some people may look back at the priest and just make sure they don't whip out their dick in front of the altar boy. But nobody's looking for a rooster. Promise. And then actually, I did look at, there's a research in the Netherlands, I believe, that said 3 out of 10 Tesla owners are thinking about selling their cars to boycott Elon Musk. Right? Pretty impressive. Yeah. However, I found it hilarious because the number one competitor for Tesla is Volkswagen. And I don't know if you guys know this or not. Volkswagen was invented by the Nazi Party, and we are completely fine with that. It's a little weird. It's a little bit like boycotting Taylor Swift while listening to Britney Spears. Like, they're the same, right? Like, it's nothing. And I will tell all of you that those jokes come specifically because a friend of mine bet me $10 that I wouldn't make a Hitler Taylor Swift joke. And I gotta admit, I think I nailed it. I think I'm gonna win that $10. That same friend is really big into running, right? Like he's a runner. He tells me that I need to start running to get more exercise so I can be as attractive as my wife. No. So I tried it. I was like, oh, runner's high. He's like, yeah, man, you do this, you can get a runner's high. And I was like, getting high while exercising seems like it's right up my alley, so I'll try that out. And then I got out of breath and a pulled hamstring. I did not get high at all. So I went up to him, I was like, hey man, what the fuck, like, I didn't get high at all. He's like, oh yeah, man, you gotta hit a zone of running, right? Like, you gotta run and you'll hit this zone and then you'll start getting high. That's the runner side. You just gotta run consistently for 3 to 4 months and then you'll get high. I was like, that's the worst way to get high ever. Like, say what you want about heroin, but one injection, it feels like you're getting blown by an angel, and you're addicted. Like, that's how it's supposed to go. Very difficult. There's no good way to segue between Hitler and heroin to this next joke, so I'm just going to tell you a little bit of an argument that I had recently with a friend of mine. I am American. Don't all clap. Don't worry. I got on the phone with a buddy of mine from back in the States, and I was like, I feel like living in Spain is better than living in America. And I think I broke him. Because his response was, what about the freedoms? And I was like, dude, what do you think's happening in Europe right now? Like, if your only reference to, like, living in Europe is Anne Frank's diary, then things have changed. Like, it's not that bad. And then I said the one thing you can't say to an American, I said, plus I don't think America's that free, and holy shit, he lost it. He was like, you were in the military, how could you possibly say that? I was like, yeah, dude, I was in the military, but I was in the military like the same way that like the band was on the Titanic. Like, I was there for the job, but I didn't know exactly what I was getting myself into. Like, if I did, I don't know. I didn't do so great in high school, right? I had bad grades, so my options were like military or McDonald's. And if I knew I was going to spend 6 months in Afghanistan, I don't know, I probably would have traded AK-47s for supersizing number 7 and just